You ever fire up a game thinking just a quick peek, and suddenly it's 4 a.m., your food's cold, and your social life's on life support? Yeah, that one. This video is a public service announcement. A countdown of 10 dangerously addictive games that don't ask for your time, they steal it. No warm-up, no mercy, just instant obsession. Let's go. Star Wars Jedi Survivor doesn't give you time to stretch, breathe, or even blink before launching you straight into pure chaos. Cal Kestis is back, older, tougher, and so done with the Empire's crap. The game kicks off like a Hollywood blockbuster on fast forward. Within minutes, you're slicing stormtroopers, wall running across skyscrapers, and yeeting yourself off cliffs with the Force like it's just another Tuesday. But it's not just mindless lightsaber swings and dramatic jumps. The game knows how to balance all-out action with quiet moments of exploration that feel straight out of a space opera. You'll find yourself wandering through ancient ruins, solving clever puzzles, and unlocking secrets that expand the lore in ways the movies never dared to touch. And the level design is the perfect playground for your inner Jedi, full of verticality, shortcuts, and hidden challenges that reward players who like to poke around every dusty corner of the galaxy. Now, here's something super slick. The meditation points. Yeah, they're technically your save spots, but they're also where all the juicy customization happens. From here, you can swap between different lightsaber stances, each with unique animations, combos, and pacing. Want to channel your inner Obi-Wan? Go with the single blade. Feeling extra spicy? Dual wield is fast and deadly. Or maybe you're in the mood for brute force, literally. Then the crossguard stance turns Cal into a walking tank. On top of that, these meditation points let you respect your skill tree at any time. So if halfway through a planet you realize your stealthy ninja Jedi fantasy isn't working out, boom, respect and go full-on space barbarian instead. It's flexibility that actually respects your time and keeps the gameplay feeling fresh, even 10 hours in. Ghost Runner 2 doesn't ask if you're ready. It just slams you face first into a cyberpunk blender and tells you to keep up. There's no slow burn here. The game grabs you by the cybernetic spine and throws you straight into high-speed parkour chaos, slicing through enemies with a katana so sharp it might as well be cutting dimensions. 1 second, you're wall running over a neon-lit abyss. The next, you're dodging bullets midair and dismembering goons like a glitchy ninja on fast forward. It's brutal, stylish, and absolutely relentless. And somehow it feels amazing. There's zero hand-holding, just instant deaths and instant retries until your fingers learn the rhythm of the mayhem. But that's the hook. It turns failure into fuel, and every section you master feels like you just pulled off a world record in cool. The soundtrack? Straight up electro adrenaline. The setting? A vertical techno hell of steel, lights, and corporate nightmares. If your reaction time isn't sharp, Ghost Runner 2 will slap you until it is. Now let's talk about the upgrade system, because under all that speed and style is some real depth. As you progress, you'll unlock a modular ability grid. Think of it like cybernetic Tetris. You equip abilities and enhancements using puzzle pieces that you need to fit just right into your neural core. Want to deflect bullets? Boost your dash? Extend slow-mo? You gotta make choices because there's limited space. This means every build feels custom, and your playstyle actually matters. And then there's the motorcycle. Oh yeah, midway through the game, they throw in high-speed vehicular segments where you're dodging lasers and slicing bots while doing 200 miles per hour on vertical highways. It's stupidly good in the best possible way. There's something unfairly powerful about Ori and the Will of the Wisps. You boot it up expecting some cute side-scrolling action, and 5 minutes later you're on the verge of tears while whispering, "Protect him at all costs," like it's a Pixar movie that forgot it was a game. It's visually stunning, emotionally loaded, and stupidly addictive right out of the gate. You play as Ori, a tiny guardian spirit with the heart of a lion. who's thrown into a journey through glowing forests, haunted ruins, and bioluminescent dreamscapes that make your screen look like it's been kissed by a Studio Ghibli fever dream. The movement in this game is pure joy. Ori dashes, double jumps, glides, wall climbs, basically dances through the world like a glowing ninja squirrel hybrid. And the combat? Surprisingly deep. You get access to a range of spiritual weapons like an energy sword, spirit arc, and explosive projectiles, each one feeling snappy and satisfying. The transitions between platforming and fighting are so smooth, it makes everything flow like a well-rehearsed piece of music. It's that sweet combo of precision and grace that makes you want to master every move just to keep feeling like a badass woodland spirit. One of the most impressive systems under the hood is the shard mechanic. As you explore, you collect and equip passive bonuses called spirit shards, which let you customize Ori's abilities to fit your playstyle. Want more health? Less damage taken? Stickier walls? Triple jump? Go wild! It's a simple yet flexible system that makes experimentation super fun without drowning you in menus. Plus, the game features some clever Metroidvania elements. Certain areas are inaccessible until you gain new powers, which makes backtracking not just rewarding, but downright exciting. You're constantly spotting places you know you'll come back to, and when you finally unlock that last unreachable path, feels like cracking open a treasure chest made of pure serotonin. Vampire doesn't ease you in. It sucker punches you right in the moral compass. One minute you're a brilliant doctor fresh out of World War hell, the next you're waking up in a mass grave with fangs, blood cravings, and a city that looks like it crawled straight out of a gothic fever dream. You're Jonathan Reed, and London's falling apart. Spanish flu's running wild. People are dying by the dozen. And surprise, you might be the biggest threat out there. The first hour hits hard. You're juggling the urge to feed like a monster while trying to keep your oath as a doctor, all while dodging vampire hunters, rogue undead, and your own freaking guilt. Every civilian you meet has a story, a family, a place in the world, so drinking their blood gives you power, like serious upgrades, but also wipes them off the map permanently. Which means side quests vanish, relationships collapse, and the entire district starts to crumble. You're not just playing the game, you're reshaping it. With your teeth. And let's talk systems for a sec. Because Vampire runs deeper than it looks. The social web mechanic is genius. Every single character in the game is linked to others in complex ways, like a twisted domino setup. If you kill one person, the ripple effect could wreck an entire neighborhood. And the more you learn about someone, their secrets, habits, relationships, the more tasty their blood becomes. And knowledge boosts their XP yield when you finally decide to bite. It creates this wild dynamic where you actually get invested in people's lives, just to make the decision to kill them 10 times harder. It's manipulative, it's brilliant, and it makes every choice feel heavy as hell. Hey, real quick. If you're vibing with the video so far, hit that like button. Seriously, it doesn't even take half a second, and your thumb won't even notice. Also, drop a comment and tell me which game hijacked your life the fastest. That's the kind of thing that really helps the algorithm push the video out to more poor souls like us. And if you're not subscribed yet, bro, don't ghost me. Hit that sub button and stick around. We've got way more digital addictions coming your way. The second you step foot in that creepy little village in Resident Evil 4, the game basically screams, "Hope you said goodbye to your nerves, because things go south fast." You're Leon Kennedy, sent on a rescue mission that turns into a full-blown survival nightmare when the locals decide they're more into parasites and pitchforks than peaceful conversation. One minute you're exploring, the next you're barricading yourself inside a cabin while a chainsaw maniac tries to redecorate your face. The pacing is relentless. Every corner feels like a trap. Every door hides something worse. And the tension just keeps building. There's no warm-up lap here. You're tossed straight into chaos, dodging attacks, managing ammo like it's gold, and trying not to panic when you hear that chainsaw rev in the distance. It's not just scary, it's intense, and once it hooks you, there's no turning back. What makes Resident Evil 4 such a masterclass in design is how it mixes third-person action with old-school survival horror in a way that feels smooth but still brutally challenging. The over-the-shoulder aiming was revolutionary at the time and still holds up, giving you tight control over every shot. But don't get cocky. Enemies are smart. They flank, grab weapons, use ladders, and even dodge bullets. And then there's the inventory system, aka the legendary attaché case. Managing your gear feels like a minigame in itself. You're constantly rotating, stacking, and shuffling your items like you're playing suitcase Tetris. It's oddly satisfying and forces you to think before every big encounter, especially on higher difficulties. That constant pressure to survive, adapt, and push forward is what makes this game impossible to put down. Sifu doesn't hold your hand. It slaps it, breaks your nose, and then dares you to get back up. This game throws you into a relentless beat-down ballet where every move matters and mercy is extinct. You play as a nameless martial artist on a straight-up revenge rampage, and the opening hour already feels like you're starring in a gritty kung fu flick directed by someone who thinks pain builds character. What really hooks you isn't just the tight, brutal combat. It's the aging mechanic. Every time you die, your character gets older. Not just in appearance, but in how they fight. You lose speed, gain power, and start to feel like that uncle who still punches like a truck but can't quite chase the bus anymore. It turns each fight into a high-stakes gamble. Do you risk it all for the perfect parry, or play it safe and age 5 years when you mess up? That tension is addictive. Now let's talk upgrades, because Sifu doesn't just punish, you grow from it. The game features a deep skill tree that lets you unlock new combos, environmental takedowns, and defensive maneuvers. But here's the catch. Unless you spend enough XP to permanently unlock a skill across all future runs, it's gone when you die for good. That gives every unlock choice real weight. You'll start to strategize not just how you fight, but how you build your character across multiple lifetimes. It's like a roguelike had a baby with a kung fu epic, and that baby's angry, fast, and wearing a black belt. There's a reason The Witcher 3 still sits on the gaming throne like some battle-hardened king who's seen it all. It doesn't ease you in with a slow burn. It slaps you straight into a war-torn world full of monsters, magic, and morally gray choices that hit harder than your grandma's chancellor. You're Geralt of Rivia, a white-haired mutant with a dry wit, 2 swords, and exactly 0 patience for your nonsense. You're looking for your adopted daughter, Ciri, while everyone around you is too busy either dying, scheming, or being eaten by swamp creatures to help. From minute 1, this game throws you into gritty combat, massive story decisions, and world building so rich you could bottle it and sell it as perfume. Every side quest feels handcrafted. 1 second you're tracking a werewolf that's terrorizing a village, the next you're caught in a messy love triangle involving a cursed spoon. Yes, that's a thing. And don't even get me started on the landscapes, sunsets in Velen, snowy peaks in Skellige, and the fairy tale insanity of Toussaint. It's an open-world buffet of chaos, heartbreak, and occasional chicken chasing. And here's a juicy mechanical detail: Gwent. Yep, a card game. But not just any card game. It's the card game. Gwent started as a mini diversion, but ended up so addictive it got its own spin-off. What makes it special is how deceptively simple it is. You've got 3 rounds, a deck full of soldiers, beasts, and spell cards, and you're trying to outscore your opponent by playing smarter, not just stronger. Bluffing, baiting, and even sacrificing a round are all legit tactics. And you can build your deck based on factions like Nilfgaard or the Northern Realms, each with different bonuses and playstyles. For a game about monster hunting and politics, The Witcher 3 somehow made medieval poker one of its most unforgettable features. Rise of the Tomb Raider doesn't ask for permission. It just smacks you in the face with a blizzard, throws you off a cliff, and yells, "Welcome to the adventure!" right before you crash into the side of a frozen mountain. From the very first minute, you're scaling icy death traps with Lara Croft, dodging falling rocks, and barely surviving avalanches like it's just another day. There's no warm-up, no stretching. This game drops you straight into survival mode with cinematic flair and zero chill. What makes it so addictive isn't just the action, though yeah, snapping necks and lighting dudes on fire never gets old. It's the constant feeling that something incredible is always around the corner. One second, you're creeping through enemy camps like a ghost. The next, you're solving ancient puzzles in a hidden tomb straight out of a National Geographic fever dream. It's that sweet mix of chaos and curiosity that makes you say, okay, just one more objective. And suddenly, it's 3 a.m., and you've looted half of Siberia. Under the hood, the game's crafting and upgrade system deserves way more love than it gets. Every scrap of cloth, chunk of metal, and weird plant you pick up actually matters. You can craft ammo types on the fly, like fire arrows, poison clouds, and explosive shotgun shells, which lets you switch up your tactics mid-fight depending on how screwed you are. And those skill trees? They're legit. You can shape Lara into a silent assassin, a brutal brawler, or an explorer with survival instincts sharper than a bear trap. It's the kind of depth that rewards every side path you explore and every squirrel you shoot for that extra bit of leather. Prey doesn't just throw you into a sci-fi nightmare. It gaslights you first. 1 minute, you're sipping your fake morning coffee in your fake apartment. The next, boom, you're trapped in a space station where the mugs might try to kill you. No joke. The enemies, called mimics, can disguise themselves as literally anything. And that's when the paranoia sets in. Every office chair becomes a death threat, and every banana on the floor a potential jump scare. It's like playing Russian roulette with office supplies. The game takes its time building tension, but not in a slow, boring way. The world is drenched in mystery, and the pacing is brilliant. You get just enough breadcrumbs to keep pushing forward, uncovering audio logs, notes, and weird alien tech that make you question what the hell happened on this station. The whole thing is like a psychological puzzle wrapped in a survival horror shooter, topped with a healthy dose of trust absolutely nothing. But what really elevates Prey is its neuromod system. Think skill trees, but with a sci-fi twist. These neuromods let you inject alien abilities directly into your brain. Because who doesn't want to shoot psychic blasts or turn into a coffee mug to sneak past enemies? The coolest part is how it changes the way you interact with the world. Want to float through the air vents? Get the morph ability. Prefer hacking turrets to do the dirty work? Boost your engineering skills. The game constantly rewards creative thinking, and there's usually more than one solution to every problem. It feels like a playground for your brain, assuming the mimics don't eat it first. Graceful, surreal, and emotionally loaded, Grizz isn't just a game, it's a watercolor punch to the soul. You step into the shoes of a girl drowning in grief, dropped in a dreamlike world that's literally lost its color. No enemies, no health bar, no dialogue, just emotion, art, and a soundtrack that'll mess with your heart in the best way possible. It's like if someone turned depression into a ballet and made it playable. Right from the first moments, the vibe is heavy but beautiful. You're walking through crumbling statues, drifting through broken skies, and watching the world slowly regain its color as you move forward. And every color you unlock isn't just a visual change, it's a metaphor. Red for anger, blue for sadness, and green for hope. It's storytelling through pure sensation. And it works so well you won't even notice how deep you're in until you're emotionally wrecked, but still pressing forward because it's that hypnotizing. One of the most fascinating systems in Grizz is how the gameplay itself evolves alongside the character's emotional healing. You don't get traditional upgrades. You unlock symbolic abilities that reflect internal growth. Turning into stone isn't just a cool trick for heavy winds. It represents resilience. Gaining the ability to swim and dive reflects acceptance. And each new mechanic opens up fresh puzzles and movement challenges, but never in a way that feels forced. It's all connected to the narrative without needing a single word. Even the level design shifts dynamically. reacting to the emotions being expressed, meaning the architecture of the world itself becomes part of the story. It's a masterclass in emotional game design, quietly powerful and stunningly elegant. So, which one of these games got its hooks in you the fastest? Or is there a hidden gem I totally missed? Let me know down below. I seriously love reading and replying to your comments. And hey, if you had fun, drop a like, hit that sub, and I'll see you in the next one.